The O'Reilly Factor, the #1 cable news show for 14 years running.
Thanks for staying with us. I'm Bill O'Reilly, and here's a legal segment tonight. 3 very controversial topics, beginning with a federal judge in Chicago overturning the Windy City's ban on the sale and transfer of firearms. U.S. District Judge Edmond Chang, an Obama appointee, says that Chicago's ban on guns is unconstitutional. Here now with analysis, Kimberly Guilfoyle and Lee Swiel. All right, Will. We know what he said.
Right.
Why did he say it?
The Second Amendment, very simple. The right to keep and bear arms must also include the right to transfer arms, the right to buy arms, the right to acquire them, the right to sell them.
It's that simple.
It's very simple.
So the judge says
too broad.
that no city or state or municipality can infringe on the right to possess firearms, and if you want to possess, you got to buy.
You got to buy them.
Right. So it's counterintuitive. How can you possess if you cannot acquire? So I like the judge's reasoning, and also he said it was overbroad, and he said the city did not demonstrate a direct correlation link to say that this would pose a direct threat to public safety.
Yeah,
so
I don't buy that part of the argument. I think that Chicago is a violent city, and that there are a lot of thugs who have illegal guns in there. By illegal guns, I mean shaved serial numbers. They don't go through the registration process.
That's what we're talking about.
I disagree with
legal guns.
I understand it. I disagree with Chang's saying it does. You haven't demonstrated an effect. There is an effect, dead people. However, he's right. The founding fathers wanted to give Americans the constitutional right to defend themselves.
And speaking of founding fathers, the federal law doesn't ban this.
So I expect that this will be upheld all across the state.
It will,
and the Chicago people will be able to buy and possess legally.
Yes.
Right. He's just saying they haven't sufficiently demonstrated a nexus, a causal link. Perhaps if the city appeals, they'll provide more documentation to justify it on the grounds.
Maybe, but I still think that the trump card is you can't stop people from defending themselves.
There cannot be an absolute ban.
Right.
You're right.
All right, Utah Supreme Court has told the state of Utah to stop marrying gay people based on what?
Well, this is interesting. So they put a hold on gay marriages in Utah. This is now being sent back. Sotomayor could have decided this herself. It is being sent back to the 10th Circuit for the whole 10th Circuit to hear this case.
That's the U.S. Appeals Court.
Correct. And there you see Justice Sonia Sotomayor.
She sends it back. But let's get to the why of this. Already about 900 couples, gay couples, have been married.
Right. 950 couples.
950 performed in 17
more can
days.
be.
Exactly.
And because of this ruling.
Right.
And the ruling is based on what?
Well, they're saying that this is basically it's an equal protection issue, but it's also an issue of the voters' rights, and it's very similar if you look at what happened in California.
But California, the judges overturned the will of the people there.
Right. But the point is, it's very similar correlation between the two.
Wait. This is what I don't understand. If Utah can't overturn the will of the people, but California can. What is that?
You're asking for reasoning. They specifically did not give a reasoning as to why to do that. They put that on hold.
The Supreme Court stayed the ban. Why did they stay the ban? Because they said it could possibly be unconstitutional to have this ban. We don't know. We're not deciding whether it is or not the Supreme Court, but you 10th Circuit, you need to decide that. This is so
confusing and so inconsistent that I think the court's going to have to rule, and it should be state by state as far as votes are concerned.
They may rule
not
a little bit on a technicality.
And the will of the voters, depending on what they put forward.
All right, so what you're both saying is this is going to be chaotic going into the future.
It is.
It's never going to be resolved.
2,000 people who don't know whether they're married or not in Utah.
All right. 27-year-old Jake Strickland, again, he's a Utah father. All right. He has a child with a woman, not married.
Yeah.
They break up. The woman gives the baby, there she is, all right, up for adoption without Strickland's approval. Strickland wanted to raise the child. Now Strickland's suing the mother and a whole bunch of other people for $30 million.
This is little Jack, and this is the father here,
Baby Jack, and there's the dad.
But he's suing under racketeering theory, which is a federal crime, or a federal cause, saying, hey, you colluded, you mom and the adoption agency, the non-biological father, the one she was married to.
Because they excluded him from the process.
And he says, look, you brought me in, mother. You said, don't worry about it. It's all going to be okay.
Right.
Don't
Does he have a shot?
No. Here's the problem.
No shot.
Because in Utah, the law is so strict on what a biological but not
with the
unmarried
He didn't follow the rules, the red tape rules.
Now,
this is probably a guy who doesn't know about the rules.
Well, he did, but it was too expensive. He would have had to hire a lawyer. It would have cost him $4,000.
But also, here's the deal. You have to understand something. There was duplicity on the part of the mother. She was with him and with the family like just days before the baby was born.
still says he has no shot in federal court. Do you believe?
I would like to say that I think he does have a shot. It's going to be tough because Utah has the strictest rules, and I think it is
and he didn't follow the rules down to the thing.
Guess what? He wasn't even on notice that he should have done that because she didn't.
But here's
tell
what should happen if you're listening to me, you pinheads in not in Utah, but anybody involved in this case. If the father wants to raise the child and the mother doesn't, the father should be able to raise the child.
But she never even disclosed that she was giving the child up for adoption. She was not honest about it.
All right, ladies, thank you, and we'll follow that last case for you. In a moment, a 2-year-old in Colorado eats a marijuana-laced cookie. We told you this stuff was going to happen. We'll be right back with that report.